What's going on? What's going on, Patriots? You just locked in the Hood Politics, where we always keep it 100. I'm your host, Jay, and y'all already know on this channel, we cut straight through the BS and get straight to the policies and issues that hit us close to home. We talk about everything from elections to national debates all the way up to political podcasts. And we start each and every one of them off sending out our thoughts and prayers. And I want to keep in our thoughts and prayers those 14 people who lost their life in that UPS plane crash, man, and our fallen brother Charlie Kirk and the Kirk family. Hey, Trump ended her career. Trump ended MTG's career, man. This is pathetic. I thought, excuse me, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I'm not happy with MTG, but I don't dislike her. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the things she about to say is true. And this to show you how politicians is, man. So why you didn't say none of this stuff before you decided to resign? Why you didn't come out and tell these normies and these people what's really happening before you decided to resign? Now, I agree with a lot of the stuff she about to say. I do. But I think she is being a baby. I think she's throwing a tantrum because she got on the wrong side of the president when all she had to do was just say, hey, I apologize. Trump would have swept that crap up under the rug, man. Y'all know Trump is a big old softy, man, especially for his people, man. And he loved it, MTG, but MTG got on the wrong side of the tracks, yo, and she got over there fast. Like, I don't know if she was trying to move from being right wing to being moderate, but she got on the wrong side of the tracks and she got over there fast. Like, that chick just jumped straight over there, man. She went straight to jail, did not pass go or collect 200. She just jumped right to the we need to stop deporting illegals. The Republicans is the cause of the shutdown. The Republicans don't have a plan for health care. Like, what is going on? We need to stop back in Israel. Like, what is going on? She got on the wrong side of the track fast, man. So we're going to listen to her little speech. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against MTG, besides the fact that she just flipped out on us out of nowhere. But other than that, I think she was a all right person. You know what I mean? I really liked her. I didn't know much about her, besides the fact that she used to tote that AR-15. And that's what made me jump on her little bandwagon. I'm like, okay, she is bowdy. You know, she out here and she MAGA. Let's go. She ain't buying none. And then she goes and bend the knee and bow down and start apologizing for a bunch of crap that she shouldn't be apologizing for. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you say, the left is still not going to accept you. That's my whole thing with Trump. I know he's everybody president, but man, when you got a political divide like this, you need to just worry about MAGA. Worry about your agenda and worry about MAGA. What they talking about on the left and what they saying about you on the left, they gonna say that regardless. You can give each one of their butts $1 million right now cash instead of $2K. And they still hate you. So stop trying to please these people. And that's what I don't like about Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I got another one. I got a video I'm doing about, what is with this dude? That's my president and I love him. But sometimes he don't help our cause, man. Sometimes Melania need to, Melania, sometimes you need to take his phone and his tablet or whatever he truth on. Sometimes you need to take that from him. Like, when he hears something that's shocking, you need to be like, no, baby, not right now. Calm down. Think it through. Don't just truth nothing or re-truth anything. Like, come on, man. Like, that was crazy. I'm going to do a video on that. Because they run into the Capitol Police over there. Talking about Trump trying to get us killed. You know what I mean? But let's get into this, man. Marjorie finna resign, man, which I think is petty. And she's just being a baby, man. She's just, oh my goodness. Let's go.
Hi, everyone. I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And the results are always the same. No
I
matter
don't agree with that. No, I believe to me, and this is just my opinion, and I could be biased on this, and I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. I could be biased on this, but I don't think the Republicans come out and tell people to hate the Democrats. They just tell people all the dumb crap that the Democrats is trying to do to the country, and people decide to hate them on their own.
which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or
And that's
woman.
true.
The debt goes higher, corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts, American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas.
Facts.
Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Americans' hard earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interest. And the spending power of the dollar continues to decline. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income, as both parents have to work in order to simply survive. And today, many in my children's generation feel hopeless for their future and don't think they will ever realize the American dream. And that breaks my heart.
And everything she said after that first statement is facts. 100%. Nothing ever gets better for us. They still in bed with the big tech, and it's the both, the right and the left. That's why I am here. This is why I am here. I am not a Republican. I'm going to state that again. I am not a Republican. I am a patriot. I love the Constitution, and I love my country, and I love the original Constitution. The only Constitution. It don't need to be rewritten. It need to be reread. You know what I'm saying? That was cheesy, I know, but I just felt like saying it.
Ran for Congress in 2020 and have fought every single day believing that Make America Great Again meant America first. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life at conception, and I love to fight for the little guy. Strong, safe borders, I have fought hard for that. I've fought against COVID tyrannical insanity and mandated mass vaccinations, and I've never voted to fund foreign wars with your hard-earned tax dollars. However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly, resulting in the House not working for the entire time, and we are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on in the House of Representatives. During the longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass a plan to save Americans' health care and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance.
That everybody on both sides admits is broken, which is Obamacare. And see, this is why I disagree with her at, because I believe we should scrap. The government should get out of the healthcare. I'm with Donald Trump. I'm with Trump when he said, give the money, give all that subsidy money, get the money back to the people and let them pick their own health insurance. That way, the prices will definitely go down because it'll be competition. And you'll have the best
Policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster. But instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle on television every single day. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census counting Americans only to draw new districts, making English the official language of the U.S., making it a felony to medically trans a minor, and other bills like eliminating capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home and eliminating H-1B visas. Just sit. They all sit collecting dust. That's how it is for most members of Congress bills. The Speaker never brings them to the floor for a vote. Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points. Because they know how much credit card debt they have, they know how much their bills have gone up over the past 5 years, they actually do their own grocery shopping and know food costs too much, their rent has increasingly gone up and up. They have been outbid by corporate asset managers too many times when they put in an offer to buy a house.
Let me stop it right here for a minute. Why do everybody keep saying food is up? Is Wisconsin the only place where food prices is basically either stayed the same or went down? I mean, let me know out there, y'all.
They have been laid off after being forced to train their visa holding replacement. The college degree they were told to earn only left them in debt with no big six-figure salary. They see more homeless people than ever on their own community streets. They can't afford health insurance or practically any insurance, and they just aren't stupid. These are the people I represent and love because that is who all of my family and friends are.
So why are you
Common
resigning
Americans. I've been blessed to represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years. The district is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hardworking people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common Americans. I've worked hard to bring taxpayer dollars back home to help district needs. I impeached Biden's Secretary of Homeland after watching my constituents die as he facilitated dangerous open border invasion into America. And I led the effort to defund hard-left politically biased NPR and PBS and the corrupt USAID, and I did that as chair of the DOJ subcommittee. I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money. I missed precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York courthouse in Collect Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile, most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate...
That's why we are wondering what happened. Something happened. You're not telling us. And all we are hearing is that you got told that it wasn't your time to run. You know what I'm saying? You refuting that, but something happened. You just didn't flip, and now you just resigning. Something happened. And I got a funny feeling that we finna see more of this if this is her living room. I think we finna see more of this. This is probably what she about to get into, podcasting, like Tucker and everybody else, Joy Reid and Don Lemon.
Him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election. And I will never forget the day I had to leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors in order to fly to Washington, D.C. to defend President Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment in 2021. My poor father and my poor mother, it was way too much for all of us. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs,
we with you on
AI
that.
state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be
Until you flipped on our number one issue on the agenda: immigration. You want to get rid of H-1B visas? Cool, we with you on that. You know what I'm saying? At least for a while, America need to get rid of everybody undocumented, everybody illegal. If you ain't found a way to become a citizen by now, then y'all need to go ahead and start all over, just like we doing the SNAP benefits. You feel me? Y'all need to start all over, man. And the answer is going to be no all the way around the board for about 20, 30, 40 more years, because America need to heal. We need to get our culture back. We need to get back to baseball and hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? This is not the America that I want my child to grow up in. It's not. And I'm spooked. Like, I got people all over the place. I got a lot of people in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter in Texas that's 16, so I'm definitely worried about her. You know what I mean? But I promise you, I ain't gonna even speak it, because if you speak it, you can speak stuff into existence. But that's my baby down there in Texas, so y'all better know that. That's all I'm saying.
A two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests, because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our whole.
And see, this is why, I'm not really tripping on her resigning, because anybody who think that America first just means America first and not dealing and funding other countries and sending other countries our tax dollars, you don't know nothing about foreign affairs. Everything. See, back in the day when we bombed the hell out of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, we made ourselves the world's police, Miss Green. So now that we are the world's police, Miss Green, everything that goes on inside the border and outside the border that can affect America in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion is America first. Our president has to be on that. And it's mighty funny that everybody is talking about stop funding Israel, stop funding Israel. But nobody ain't talking about stop funding Ukraine. And in my opinion, Ukraine is one of the most corrupt countries out here. Ukraine, to me, and this is just my opinion, and no offense to the Ukrainian people, I'm talking about your government. No offense to the Ukrainian people. I'm sure they're some nice people. But I'm talking about the Ukrainian governments from what I've known and learned about the past and the present. That Ukraine is basically a shell country, what other countries funnel money through until it circled back into their bank account where they wanted to land. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just what I heard. But all foreign affairs is part of America, because we got to know what's going on. We can't have people like Iran building nukes up under our nose and we don't know about it. We can't have another 9/11. We cannot have that type of stuff. So once we made ourselves the world police, Miss Green, everything is America's business. And that's America's fault. That's the main reason why a lot of countries hate America. To be honest.
Of government. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States.
Okay, now I ain't know someone was 14. You know, that that is some other world country crap. You know what I mean? But I don't know about this whole Epstein thing. I don't know. This just all seem, a whole bunch of this crap just seem iffy. Like, why don't they know? And why ain't these people prosecuted? You know what I mean? So if it was all of that and all of this, why it's only 2 people who ever got charged for anything? You know what I'm saying? And that's probably what everybody want to know. But apparently, this ain't what everybody think it is, unless it's a whole bunch of powerful people that it'll just mess up the whole world's dynamic and structure. You know what I mean? So it's probably a lot of reasons why, you know, they kept it on the hush hush. But don't act like it was just our party who did this. I'll admit that it was Donald Trump and his silly truth. I swear Melania need to take his phone sometime. He do not help our cause sometime, man. He's a great leader, a great president, the best of my lifetime. But sometimes, man, this man need to stay off of social media. Because him saying that he's going to release the Epstein files and the MLK and JFK and all that, man, you could have not, none, you didn't even need all that. You didn't even have to put yourself in there. Then to go in and then try to do a 180 like, oh, there's nothing to see here. What you thought was going to happen, bro? What did you think was going to happen, Mr. Trump? Like, come on, man. I know you're smarter than that, man. You went to Ivy League schools.
Whom I fought for. However, while yes, hurtful, my heart remains filled with joy, my life is filled with happiness, and my true convictions remain unchanged, because my self-worth is not defined by a man, but instead by God, who created everything in existence. You see, I have never valued power, titles, or attention, in spite of all the wrong assumptions about me. I do not cling to those things because they are meaningless and empty traps that hold too many people in Washington. I believe in term limits and do not think Congress should be a lifelong career or an assisted living facility. My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. And I have fought against Democrats' damaging policies like the Green New Deal, wide open, deadly, unsafe border policies, and the trans agenda on.
No, she didn't just say it should be an assisted living facility. Yo, I'm gonna miss you, Marjorie. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. You was about it. You was about it. That's why I am mind blown on how all this is taking place like this, man. Because nothing you said was a lie. You have been down. You flew back and forth. You was the only one out there facing the mob when Trump, you know what I'm saying, was going through the trial in New York. You was out there standing on business. And I honored you for that, yo. But when you start like that's a false statement. Trump is not calling you a traitor because of these Epstein files, and you know that. That's what I'm saying. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is why you've been called a traitor, for stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? You flipped on us on illegal immigration. You flipped on us on healthcare. You lied about the shutdown. You lied about the Epstein files. That's why the man is calling you a traitor. You lied, man, talking about he took his endorsement back because of the Epstein files. It ain't got nothing to do with the Epstein files. It got everything else. It got to do with everything else I just said, literally.
Children and against women. With that has brought years of non-stop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander and lies about me that most people could never withstand even for a single day. It has been unfair and wrong, not only to me, but especially to my family, but it's been wrong to my district as well. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure.
Now, do I believe it's some idiots out there that's probably sending her death threats now? It's possible. But don't act like this is something new. I'm pretty sure you are MTG. I'm pretty sure you been getting plenty death threats before any of this took place, yo. So don't act like this is something that's just started happening because Trump withdrew his endorsements and called you a traitor.
A hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. It's all so absurd and completely unserious. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never ever relate to real Americans.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that, cause we not gonna let that happen. We was actually all coming up with a plan to primary all these people that you're talking about right now. That's what I'm on. We want all MAGA, all America first in there on the right. We don't want no Republicans, no, no. We don't want y'all. Y'all ain't got no cojones. We want patriots in there, MAGA first. We want J.D. Vances and Trumps and Vivek Ramaswamy's. That's who we want. You know what I mean?
Many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.
God bless you too, baby girl. I hope whatever you do, you find happiness. I hope you find peace. You know what I'm saying? I hope you keep rocking with us and fighting a good fight, man. But you flipped on some very important issues. And so Trump didn't like that. Now, all this here, I don't know if this theatrical. We'll see come January 5th, 2026. We'll see. Maybe she changed her mind. You never know. But yeah, this your boy Jay from Hood Politics. Like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your people. Get over to my TikTok. Check me out over there on TikTok. I drop some nice little meme videos. You know what I'm saying? Trolling. Hood Politics 3.0. This your boy Jay from Hood Politics checking in. And now I'm checking out, y'all. You know how we do it.